time to call your lawyer.
Yes, this is a point we call our lawyer and our friend Bruce L. Scheiner to find out what his opinion is of today's question, which we've been kicking around behind the scenes here and trying to see if we can come up with our own answers. But this one's so tragic, it's hard for us to get our mind around it. Of course, you can send in your question if you'd like. I'll tell you how to go about that coming up. Before we dive into today's question, please understand what you're about to hear is just general legal conversation, not meant to be specific advice in any specific case, including yours. In order to get specific advice, you need to sit down face-to-face with a professional and lay it all out on the table for him or her to give you a consultation. Now, many attorneys offer a free consultation. I know Bruce L. Scheiner and Associates certainly do. So you might want to take them up on that if you've got a legal problem that you're just not sure about. I'll tell you how to go about that coming up shortly as well. In the meantime, there's some solid legal advice that we can pass along under most any circumstances. Don't sign anything. Don't make any statements. And don't let anybody record any conversations until you've spoken with a professional. With that advice in mind, let's see what Bruce thinks about today's legal brain teaser. Would you please help me welcome Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Todd. How's this morning treating you?
Just fine. How are things with you?
Well, other than I had to take a raft to work, I'm doing great.
I'm telling you, it's that time of year. I guess we all better get used to it. It's going to sock itself in on us. You know what I haven't asked you in a long time is, how's the grandbaby coming along?
Oh, the grandbaby's great. Just look on my Facebook page and you'll see a picture of a smiling 1-year-old baby just learning to stand up and about a week or two away from walking.
It's on your Facebook page?
It's on my personal Facebook page.
Oh, wow. I'll have to go check that out because I understand he's very, very cute. Well, listen, that's terrific. I'm glad that we asked, and that's an important stage of life, so I'm sure the parents are also quite thrilled.
They are thrilled. Thank you.
Sure. Well, we've got ourselves another question to ask of you today. If you can give us a little bit of your concentration, go back to law school, as it were, and we'll throw a test your way.
Okay.
Okay. This one says the following. My niece and nephew came down to visit us at our condominium. I was unaware that the condo association had removed the child protection fence around the pool area, and tragically, my nephew wandered into the pool and drowned. The condo association has a sign posted that said, swim at your own risk. Does that mean that my sister and her husband cannot sue the condo association? Boy, your heart just sinks when you read and hear something like that, but they've got now to pick up the pieces and figure out what to do next, and that's where we turn to you.
Yeah, that's true, and that's one of the saddest things you could possibly imagine. But that condo can't insulate itself from liability by putting up a sign. Number one, there's state and local statutes and ordinances that require a child-proof fence around the condominium, and violation of that creates liability to the condominium. And second of all, it doesn't say here, but there's a lot of children of an age that can't even read the sign, so what good would it do anyways?
I never even thought about that. I guess you would expect parents to have supervision, but we all know parents don't always have complete and total eyes on their kids.
Well, yeah, that's why they have these child protection fences.
Yeah.
Even you just mentioned my grandson. You know, he can't even walk, but he could get around crawling fast.
Oh, yeah.
You can imagine. So you turn around for a second, and there he goes. And that's why they have a legal, lawful requirement to put up these child protection fences to prevent these tragedies.
Okay. Well, it certainly sounds as if this is going to be something professionals going to have to get involved in. They really are kind of, and I don't mean this to sound like a pun, but they're sort of a fish out of water if they try to pursue this themselves. They need to talk to a specialist, somebody like an attorney.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Okay. Let's hope that they can get something to help them. Nothing will ever obviously undo the damage that's done to a family when a child is lost. This is coming from firsthand experience in my case, and a lot of us have suffered that kind of thing. So I can say it's just beyond imaginable. But I hope that they can get some kind of help that'll put them back on the right track here. And I think you've pointed the right direction anyway. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Tana. It's my pleasure.
Look forward to talking to you next week.
Me too.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a nice round of applause for attorney for the injured, Bruce L. Scheiner, who gives of his time each week to help us understand the sometimes inexplicable. Something like this is just so hard to get your mind around. But nonetheless, there comes a point at which the law becomes involved, and that's where you don't dare handle something like this on your own. Now, if you've got a question that you'd like to submit for future consideration for Ask the Lawyer, all you have to do is go to our website and look on the homepage for BLS, Bruce L. Scheiner, at kickscountry929.com. And be able to send us a question, give us as much or as few details as you're comfortable. Remember, it's all confidential. You never hear anybody's name or anything like that, so give us what you're comfortable. And then Bruce will be deciding on next week's question here in a fairly short order, so get it in as soon as you can. Of course, if you need immediate advice, because there's something that's that level of serious, that kind of pressing, and you don't want to wait to see if your question comes up on the program, that's understandable. Why not reach out to Bruce L. Scheiner in his Port Charlotte office at 941-743-7777. Again, 941-743-7777. Don't let anyone take away your rights. Find out how to protect yourself and your family and your interests by calling that number, 743-7777. And tell them Todd Matthews sent you from Kicks Country 92.9.